Here's another stem, so I want to cut above anything that's green, like that. So I'm going to cut around here. Actually, it just broke off. So this mum is a mum that I didn't plant. It was already in this plot. This is my volunteer plot, one of them anyway. And it is the sweetest pink. I love it so much. It's like very, very light pink, but it's kind of translucent. It's very interesting. And the entire little shrub is covered in pink blooms throughout the later part of the growing season in and toward autumn. When pruning the stems off in spring, these are all stems from last year. Like I said, you want to cut above any growth that's toward the bottom of the stem. But as you see, the green is already growing in, and you could just cut right to the level of the green, and eventually the green leaves will grow, I'd say maybe a foot above the ground at most, at least for this mum, and they cover the stems that you cut. But if you do leave the stems sticking out like that, you will either have to deal with them next season, or you'll have a collection of stems as the years go by. But they do eventually wither away with time, so it's really up to you what you prefer. I like to have a nice clean plant every single year, so I usually tend to cut just above the newest growth on every single stem. With that said, I don't always get to every single plant every year for pruning, so it's fine if you don't get to it. It will still grow in as it's doing here. Cutting the stems gives you access to the soft leaves. Sometimes it's easier just to pick them away. I'm just using my pointer finger and thumbnail to like leverage and pinch off the stems where I had been cutting them before. This makes it easier sometimes. You just have to be careful not to pull away the pieces of the plant themselves by the roots, like I'm about to do in 3, 2, 1. You risk pulling up a piece, which is okay because you can just transplant it if you like without roots. This right here is actually a good example to show you where to cut on a stem. You can see the new growth right there, so you can just cut right above it and pull away the old stem. And this is actually a viable plant, whoops, that you can plant somewhere right now. You can also just shear this because the whole plant will grow to be about 1.5 feet tall, so it'll cover all these, but I like to be more precise myself in the meantime. This plot is in a very busy area. A lot of people drive by in their cars, as you can hear in this video. So one of the reasons I do this is because I want it to look pretty for the people driving by this spot in particular. So that one's done, nice and soft. On to the next. Another thing you can do is to shear haphazardly like this, as opposed to trimming it off stem by stem as I was doing on the other plant, and then go in and perfect it if you'd like. This helps you to see the plant more easily. You can't pet it yet though. So, as I said, you can shear and then go in and cut off the little sticky stems. Unnecessary, but whatever floats your fancy. minimum in spring. Tousling is optional, but highly recommended.